Hello and greetings, my fellow Londarkins, and welcome to a little discussion on the Dev Diary for May 2020. Just came out a little while ago. I read through it instantaneously on the live stream we had this afternoon, and I just want to kind of go through this a little more in depth with you guys, give you an update on everything coming up for the Long Dark. And we do have some content showing up quite. You can also, I'll give you the link, of course, you can see that on top of the screen. Check this article out for yourself. But this is kind of talking like before everything happened during COVID-19. Obviously, workflow, everything affected all around the board. You'll see this a lot of game drought this year. There's going to be a lot of game drought. So I did try to be a little forgiving in that, of course. But yeah, let's scroll down a little bit on that. They did have their fundraiser on Steam as well. They did make about, close to about $200,000 to donate to the World Health Organization. That does also include, so 30% of Steam got that on top of that. So that's pretty good job, Londarkins. That's a pretty good job. And also, they also just checked on Twitter. They just did do some key giveaways as well. So there's quite a few key giveaways for the Long Dark on PC. But yeah, they got a little cute thing here to avoid catch up on the reading, try new recipes, make video calls, and walk in nature. To avoid real life cabin fever. I know we're all kind of feeling that a little bit right now. But definitely. Alright, now let's get into the big thing, talking about the next survival update. And I've got quite a few thoughts on this. Not all of them good, but it's good. Let's go. Next survival update. The team has been working on navigation-themed update to survival mode. Without spoiling things too much, I can tell you it's a suite of new features that enhance the usefulness of the in-game map without sacrificing a current landmark-based navigation paradigm. Features will all be optional, so players enjoy the game that clearly can choose to ignore them. So finally adding an auto-walk accessibility feature. It's been requested by various players in our community who struggle to play the game without this functionality. I think definitely quality of life for somebody can't play, holding that all the time. Definitely very nice, very nice. Keep us currently tracking this towards a May release for the next update. So we don't know anything quite yet. We don't know if there'll be anything. I feel like this is really good. This is going to be navigation thing like this. They don't think they're going to have enough on the plate. Everybody's, COVID-19, not getting a lot done. Gotta be honest. I haven't worn pants in a while. It's been a while. But anyway, navigation theme. I know the live stream did have some suggestions that they thought this was going to be fast travel. Could be right. Could be right. Or it could be maybe ways to make waypoints, etc. We will actually try that out on our run. It is entirely optional, guys, though, so you don't have, if you don't like it, you can just choose to ignore it. So definitely. But next update, probably slated during the last week of May. Doesn't, sound like heavy content heavy, though. But we'll have to see. Could be interesting. Could be a little bit surprised as well. But I imagine no new map, no new other mechanics or anything. But probably a nice quality of life update to survival mode. And a big talk about episode 4 as well. Because last year they did launch episode 3. Of course, there's kind of been a delay on the whole thing as well. Because you remember episode 1 and 2, when they launched, did not go over quite as well. I like the story in bits, but there's a lot of tutorial. They just assumed you never played survival mode. And as much people... Survival mode is actually the most popular part of the Long Dark. Story mode, it's not so much. But I really did enjoy the Redux, but episode 1 and 2 originally were a lot of just hand-holding, fetch quests. That's kind of drug on for quite a while. I think episode 1 and 2 Redux did feel a lot better. Episode 3 was pretty good as well. I did enjoy that quite a bit. But then I started talking about episode 4. That was the end of last year. So I spent the first couple months and outlines for episode 4 and 5. So they do have an endgame strategy already. They kind of planned it out, but this is getting more structured form. And they're starting to get some of the assets, everything in for episode 4. Working on the hints they kind of left at episode 3. Because when we kind of come out in Coastal Highway. And that's very interesting because there's a town in there. I wonder if we're going to see some more NPCs. And maybe just not, maybe 2 main characters. We'll have to see. I have a feeling we're going to see like 2 characters and not much else, but we'll have to see. Villain Studios. That's the problem as well, recording performances. processing that, getting into the studio. It's some of the stuff that they can't do as much. Yeah, they've been trying to do as much as they can while maintaining the social distancing. But definitely, they're going to be behind schedule, guys. That's, let's say that we're able to get it out this year. They're not committing to any dates because you remember all the countdown to a trailer, to a teaser. Yeah, that did not go over well. So, yeah, I do not think it's going to happen this year. That's our thing. Even if things were normal, I would be hard pressed to see them get this done this year. So, yeah, let's keep our hopes up, but not too much. They do still plan on delivering episode 4 in 2020. They're going to try, they're going to work, but yeah, the world as it is now, that's going to be a rough tell. And also, this is a very interesting one because this is something like Long Dark Hinterland has not liked to talk about a lot. Because if you do know, I haven't really covered it on my, because it can kind of mess with the saves. There are some mods out. Some people that have made modded content for the Long Dark. Some interesting stuff. Definitely new items, creations, binoculars, other mechanic stuff as well. Now they did kind of come out with something, their custom runs, but it's not. It's kind of fun to tweak around with that stuff, but it's nothing, mod. So an update on this topic that's popular among some people in our player community. A small internal team is focused on carrying out mod support, user-generated content for Long Dark. Now they've been kind of working on a global strategy for the Tudo. Yeah, it's not really too much said right there. We believe right kind of modifications and user-created content types we can support. So we do want to kind of control, I would say, as it were, what kind of mods they want in there. And what they don't want, we're really not designed with modding in mind. Yeah, the Long Dark, they've done some interesting things I've seen modders do. Yeah, no, eventually I do see this as hopeful, though. The plans to be consulting with the community to learn what more you'd like to see in the modding support efforts. Yeah, they're still going to do their best, so it's still very nice. And, of course, mailbag as well. The Switch version, honestly, guys, I don't think that might happen. They're still trying to work on it, but it's been working on a while now. This is very interesting, because I've seen a lot of games I feel like are a little bit more, correct me if I'm wrong, more performance taxing and being able to hit the 30 frame rates. But it is the Unity engine on there, so unfortunately, I'd love to get the Switch. I'm a big fan of the Switch, but getting the Long Dark on there, not going to happen yet. They're not going to do it until they get there. So I don't think that's going to be in 2020 as well. And actually, if we could just take a whole pass on the year 2020, that would be awesome. But also recently, in this case, you didn't know, the Long Dark is also on the Xbox Game Pass. So if you do have that, yeah, it's pretty good. Long Dark I always do highly recommend. But that's everything, guys. Pretty much I said they're looking for. I'm going to be covering this, of course, with the next survival update. But I don't think it's going to be a ton of new content. Just maybe some stuff for mapping. Maybe a little bit more navigation. Those that are having trouble with being able to navigate just by landmarks alone. But, yeah, accessibility feature. But not a lot of content this year, guys. But I'm going to keep you entertained with our Interloper with Guns episode. And after that one is done, we'll go back to regular vanilla Interloper for a while. But we have that ongoing during COVID-19. We're having our Only Bears run, which I think is a lot of fun. Alright, but I hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to hit that like button, it's a lot. Subscribe for more Long Dark content, covering this for 5 years plus now. I'll see you guys back in the Long Dark.